Anyone who has seen boxing knows it. Tyson's appearance was crisp, no bathrobe, no stockings, perfect for the warrior image in most people's hearts. But despite this, there are still opponents who think Tyson is a sissy. Tyson, hit me on the key. I'm the key. He once conquered the whole stage with a devastating punch. But I never expected that the real battlefield would be outside of Taiwan. Midnight on the streets of Harlem. Tyson is about to face a life and death struggle with no rules. His opponent is more than just a boxer, a street gang leader with blood on his hands. Will he be able to get away with it this time? It's not just a full game grudge. It's a game changer. When the undefeated king of the altar meets the black boss of the street fighter, when the temple of competitive sports extends to the abyss of the law of the jungle. Who is the true winner of this dual battlefield? This video, I will take you back to the era of no matter what. Expose the ultimate feud between Tyson and the gang boss Green, from the ring to the streets. This is a passage about honor, dignity, and the uncompromising feud of the century. You can go back to the mid-1980s. It was the era of Tyson the Beast. He's like a meat grinder that never stops. Everywhere you go is in ruins. At the age of only 19, he took the heavyweight boxing world by storm with a devastating stance. By March 1986, Tyson is approaching like a black hurricane, make the whole world tremble with a textbook KO. He shot a 19-game winning streak in one go, kill all opponents in a KO manner. Sometimes the gap between 2 games is even less than 2 weeks. It's breathtakingly efficient, horrible to the point of finishing. Let everyone be in awe of this fledgling little monster. All the boxing fans at the time thought of him as a messenger sent by God to redefine the aesthetics of violence. Every punch he threw was accompanied by the despair of his opponent. After beating Steve's drivers in the latest game with KO, less than 2 months later, the boxing executioner encountered an unprecedented accident. In the professional arena, he played a full 10 rounds with his opponent for the first time. Against James Tillis, the experienced fighter lost to Tyson by unanimous judgment, but became the first and only one under Tyson's furious offensive. The man who stood in midfield and still fell to the ground when the bell rang. Tillis showed amazing dexterity and near-death resistance in that game. Tyson has cornered him many times. Strike with a gusty combination. Fist to meet, almost drowning the opponent in endless blows. But Tillis escaped from the brink of death again and again, miraculously persevered. The moment the halftime bell rang, and everybody was so relieved, as if witnessing an impossible miracle. Tyson himself was asked in a post-match interview whether he was disappointed by the end of KO's winning streak. Tyson answered the reporter like this: "It's over." "Not at all. If anything, I feel relieved, and I'm confident if I wanted to, I couldn't knock them out." But this is the first time in his career that he has failed to defeat an opponent. It's like a faint but dazzling light that lights up in an instant. The paltry hope in the hearts of other heavyweight fighters. The interruption is just the beginning. More importantly, this failure will completely detonate the suppressed desire for destruction in his heart. It sets the stage for a bloody encounter with the real street fighter. Despite the devastating damage Tyson inflicted on his opponent, although his punch is enough to destroy any bone or will, but there are still boxers, and even some ruthless characters who lick blood without hesitation to step into his ring. Desire to fight him and change your destiny. Heavyweight fighters want to take on Tyson because it means astronomical pay. And the name Mickey Green also appeared on Tyson's opponent list. This guy from Detroit, in the boxing world, his reputation is more tied to gang fights and street crime. Rather than his achievements in boxing, he is not just a professional athlete and a real gang leader. His arrogant and uninhibited temperament formed a strong contrast and opposition with Tyson's restrained and deadly murderous aura. Evil Forrest has quickly risen to prominence in heavyweight claims. Received the first 16 consecutive career victories, including defeating the Tough Cummings in 1983. His domineering posture made him a street idol. He's the gangster of the stage. What's even more shocking is, in their childhood, Mike and Mickey are both members of rival gangs in Brooklyn. The competition between them has been escalating. That deep-rooted conflict, viewed from the streets, it has long surpassed the whole platform, deeply etched in their bones. And Grimm saw this, and he saw this as a fantastic opportunity. He can not only make a fortune, you can also set up a character in front of your younger brother. Let's take this opportunity to publicly humiliate this former enemy on stage, to the whole of New York. Prove to the whole world who the real ruthless character is. He has more than once spouted trash on TV and in interviews, used the most vicious words, the most arrogant gesture issued a death provocation to Tyson, and he did. This gunpowder street battle. It also led to a group from the Bronx and Harlem Green, the absolute tough guy who punches his turf on the street. The other is a ruthless character from the streets of Brooklyn who uses KO to declare his existence. They met at Madison Square Garden. It's a bloody epitome of old-time gangs settling neighborhood feuds. Just 4 days after playing Tillis, Tyson was announced to face Mickey Green. At that time, Green's WBC heavyweight ranking was even one place higher than Tyson's. However, despite Green's ranking at the top, but the appearance fees of the two players are very different. It's mind-blowing. Tyson secured a $250,000 deposit. Green has a paltry $30,000. This huge injustice completely ignited Grimm's already grumpy temper. It is because of this great injustice, Green angrily threatened to quit the game the day before the game, unless his appearance fee is increased. Otherwise, the war of the century will be completely aborted. However, at HBO, Ross told Green, the winner of this match will have the opportunity to challenge for the WBC heavyweight title. Grimm finally chose to swallow the humiliation. Continue this duel, because he knows that more than money, beat Tyson in the ring. Reclaiming his glory is what he really wants. And Mike Tyson, as he used to, no bathrobe, no stockings, come out topless.
He will use the most brutal means.
Respond to the arrogance of this street boss. Tyson's game was only 17 days away from the previous match. He doesn't need any rest or preparation, because he didn't take Green seriously at all. The war unfolded as many had expected.